Yo, sup? It's NY3. So I'm back with another video. This is gonna be a more visual explanation on some of the points I made in the Ritual Beast deck profile video. So the first one is converting your brain research lab into an outer. So pretty standard. You open any tamer along with any beast, preferably Kannahawk, and a brain research lab. You just go ahead and activate the brain research lab, normal summon, additional normal summon, and you have exactly the same scenario as opening out a Kannahawk banish one. I'll just quickly do the combo. Contact Fuse, Kannahawk, or could be anything because you're not actually searching on the first contact fusion. Kannahawk is gonna banish another one. Rampingu is generally better because it gives you more resources to play with. If this was Necros format, back in the days, you would banish the Pelio, since that would leave you on 2 engrave, 2 banished. When they try to trish you, you can change the ambush. Get rid of everything in your graveyard, and trish would resolve without effect. But that's a thing of the past. Right now, we're going to banish the Rampingu. Contact Fuse into Kannahawk. We do our Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 trick. Send one back. Summon 2. Get our first search. Penguin is gonna go ahead and banish 1, dump 1. Contact Fuse into Kannahawk. Send 2 more back and get our second search. Kannahawk can tag out on the opponent's turn because we have 1 of each banished. Ambush can bring 2 back. So, pretty solid setup, exactly the same as Outer Kannahawk, very infamous for being a 2-card auto win, but you might as well achieve the same thing by taking a -1 and making it happen a lot more consistently. Now the next point I made, I believe, was how foolish Zefra and Pelica is not as good as before, because OT Kannahawk is at 1, and this is why. So first of all, we're gonna grab our Zephyr and Pelica, put our Kannahawk in the graveyard via a means such as Foolish or Brilliant Fusion. Normal the Zephyr and Pelica, special the Kannahawk. Kannahawk banish the Rampingu. Contact Fuse. OT Kannahawk, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Get our first search. The Penguin is going to banish 1 and drop 1. We're gonna banish him. Kannahawk, put 2 in the graveyard. Get our second search. Now this was perfectly fine when we had 3 OT Kannahawks. We just leave the Kannahawk on the field without the ability to tag out. They could kill it. You didn't really care. You just in-phase ambush back your Tamer and your Kannahawk in the graveyard, and just loop Kannahawks for days on the very next turn. Now, but since we only have 1 OT Kannahawk right now, this is obviously not going to be very viable. This is alright if we also happen to open the instant fusion, but don't bank on it. Instant Fusion is a non-searchable card, but we could Instant Fusion back, Nodin back the Apelio. Apelio can banish for cost, so we're gonna banish our Tamer. We're not gonna get our plus 500, but no, we can banish the Tamer to make Kannahawk be able to dodge on the next turn, which is the main concern. And as an added bonus, we could also make a giant hand with our 2 level 4s. We don't actually have access to the second Tamer in this particular scenario, so the ambush might be better off as another Ritual Beasties actually. But you know, most of the time we're not gonna have the Instant Fusion, and it's a better idea instead of dumping the Apelio to drop access to the second Tamer at this point via Guy Apelio. But you know, it's not very ideal. Let's be honest. It's a pretty subpar if you have to sacrifice your OT Kannahawk to get 2 searches. Oops. Now, of course, instead of getting the second search, you can sit on a Pedalfin instead. Can't be destroyed, it's not bad. You could still contact out. You have your ambush set up as well with a beast and a tamer in the graveyard. Very good if you open the steeds and you only needed to search 1, or if you open the ambush and you only needed to search 1. But otherwise, if you only have the ambush and the Pedalfin, or if you only have the steeds and the Pedalfin, either way it's not as good as, you know, being able to get both and just sacrifice your Kannahawk. Alternatively, you can do the combo a bit different. It's still only going to end up with only 1 search, unfortunately, and that's on the first contact fusion you don't search, so you just contact out into a beast and a tamer. Drop the psychic into the graveyard, and on the second contact fusion you do the search one. So here we have the Kannahawk. It can tag out. The ambush is live. Again, we only got 1 search, so that's not that good. With the same scenario, as I said, getting 1 search is fine if we open the ambush. Getting 1 search is fine if we open the seeds. This hand was also fine if we open the instant fusion like I have demonstrated. Another thing we could potentially open with this is either a Rampingu or a Kannahawk. We'll just go with Rampingu in this example because we do get a free special summon of the Oracle of Zefra, which makes this combo slightly better. So we're just gonna, same thing, Foolish Burial, Oracle of Zefra, normal summon the Pelica, special summon the Kannahawk. Kannahawk is gonna go ahead and banish the Lion. Contact Fuse. Here we used Zephyr and Pelica as a fusion material, so we get to special our Rampingu from our hand. We can Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 off our OT Kannahawk. And get our first search. We have both Rampingu and Apelio on the field that we haven't used the effect with yet. So we have the choice of, banishing any beast or any tamer from our deck that we want with these two guys. So pretty much just whichever one we didn't have. So I'm just gonna go with the Outer. Second tamer is always good to have since we want to make both our contact out and our ambush live. No matter what we banish at this point, we can't get a second complete search. What did I do? Wrong way around. Yeah, so no matter what we banish, we can't get a complete search. The lion is gonna banish one, and the Kannahawk is just going to put two back into the grave and get our second search. That's two searches: live ambush, live steeds, live Apelio, live contact out on the opponent's turn. A very good setup. Another additional card we could open along with the Zefra and Pelica Foolish would be Outer. So starting off exactly the same as before. Grab our Zephyr and Pelica. Normal, additional normal, special the Kannahawk from grave. Kannahawk banish the Rampingu. Contact Fuse, Kannahawk, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. We're gonna search our Apelio. Rampingu is gonna go ahead and banish Stomp. Gonna contact, and Oracle will trigger. Specials the Apelio from the hand. Apelio can banish the Pedalfin that we just dropped with Rampingu. Since we haven't special summoned Outer yet, we can get some more cool stuff going here. Kannahawk Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. For our first search, here, if you have an abundance of Ritual Beast cards in your hand and a floodgate such as the Mask of Restrict you want to protect, you could even go for a turn 1 Gaia Apelio, but assuming none of that cool stuff is happening, we could just go ahead for our second search. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can open in conjunction with the Foolish Zephyr and Pelica. Even Gold Sarcophagus is going to let you get 2 searches, as you should all be Ritual Beast Masters by now and can see how that would happen, so I won't go into that particular combo. But just opening Foolish and Zephyr and Pelica is pretty subpar because we've lost the one. We've lost the Kannahawk to 1. So yeah, just some more examples of how the Foolish Burial and the Gold Sarc helps. Foolish Burial is pretty straightforward. You Foolish for your Kannahawk. Normal. Lion banish the Kannahawk. If we had Gold Sarcophagus instead, we would just Gold Sarc for the Kannahawk, and Lion would just not use the effect to banish anything on the first normal summon. We're gonna go ahead, make our first Kannahawk. No search on the first one as per usual. Kannahawk is going to get access to the second tamer here. Banish both. OT Kannahawk, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2s. Bring these back. Get our first search, Apelio. Banish the Kannahawk. And we can get our second search. Kannahawk can still tag out. Ambush for the 2 engrave. Just some examples on how Foolish or Gold Sarcophagus is able to upgrade your absolutely brick hand into an amazing hand. Alright, so the next interaction that I've mentioned that some people might not know is the Torrential Tribute trick with this deck. So the scenario is you have a OT fusion on the field and it can contact out, so we got our beast and our tamer banished here along with a set Torrential Tribute. Now the way you want to use the Torrential Tribute is when they summon something or when you summon something, in response to the summon you want to contact out on Chainlink 1, and on Chainlink 2 you want to Torrential Tribute. The chain is going to resolve backwards, Torrential Tribute is going to nuke the field, and then on Chainlink 1 our beast and our tamer comes back, essentially dodging your own Torrential Tribute. So just something handy to know. So the next thing I wanted to show that I mentioned in the previous video was the advantage of opening Pedalfin over the Apelio when going in second. So, you know, they might have a couple of cards on the field that aren't really doing anything, or a couple of unknowns face down that might either not do anything or they choose not to use it on your Pedalfin, for example. So, you know, you open a bunch of Ritual Beasts along with a Brain Research Lab, or maybe one of the Tamers is an Elder in this situation. So, you know, you can go ahead, get your additional normal summon and your normal summon of the turn. Now because you can use the Pedalfin to banish one, when you go ahead and contact fuse, you can already start looping your Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Kannahawk, like so. Get your first search. They have more stuff. You can use the Pedalfin to get rid of another card. Contact fuse and send 2 of them back for your second search. So you manage to deplete your hand, which in this case was going to be 4 normal summon monsters into a more explosive first turn or second turn play. Now one thing to note, in this particular situation where you had 3 engraved, 1 banished, the ambush is still going to be live, as well as your OT Kannahawk. You're not leaving it on the field for them to kill. You can ambush back 2 from your graveyard, use your Apelio to banish the beast. Now you have 2 Ritual Beasts banished, for OT Kannahawk to contact out. Now the exact same scenario, if you did not have the pedal fin and only had the Apelio, you're obviously not going to be able to get anything going on the first turn. You're going to either contact fuse into the Kannahawk, get one search, and your Kannahawk's gonna die on their turn, or you're just going to make a OT pedal fin and end both of them. You're probably gonna end up losing the game if you open like that. Now, the mini Kannahawk engine that I've mentioned in the previous video, this comes up when your opponent mistakes you, or if your one and only OT Kannahawk has been killed by either negation or just you being stupid. So the mini Kannahawk engine is when you establish your banish zone to a small extent, one of which is going to be the mini Kannahawk. So it's pretty simple. You just in phase, contact out, and summon the Kannahawk. On your turn, you're going to be using the Kannahawk to gold sarc whatever it is that you need. So you could start stacking your power traps to get 2 turns later. Contact back into any OT you want. Contact out. Here we get another Kannahawk gold sarc. Maybe we had another Kannahawk in our hand. We could go ahead and normal summon that and even get a third gold sarc that turn. Contacting into OT Apelios if you want to kill something. Contacting into OT Pedalfin if you just want to end. Give them something difficult to kill. Say, for example, on the next turn, this dies, this lives. In phase, you can just repeat the same process. Summon your Kannahawk. During your turn, Kannahawk is going to be able to sarc for something. You're going to contact in to your Apelio. Perhaps run over something, contact out into your Hawk. Hawk is going to sarc for some more power traps or some more power normal summons. Make your OT Pedalfin and pass again. On the end phase, you're going to summon the Kannahawk. During your standby phase, you're going to start getting these cards that you've set up 2 turns before. And you just repeat the process. Next turn you're going to get 2 more. The very next turn after that you're gonna get 3 more. And this can easily overwhelm your opponents because the cards you're getting are very high quality cards. Chainable non-targeting removal. Ambush, Lara. These are all power plays and definitely not irrelevant pluses to be getting at any stage of the game.